Welcome back to Awake and Bake, where we get high vibes and talk about the universe. I'm your host, Danny. Yes, I am wearing a Megan Thee Stallion sweatshirt, Hot Girl Summer Tour. Megan, if you're ever watching this, I love you. I will do anything for you. For today's episode, you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need something to drink because I will not be responsible for you hooker whores being dehydrated. So I'm drinking out of my fake Stanley pink cup. Cheers, bitch. And you're going to need something to puff on. I'm trying to avoid the S word, because my channel keeps getting age restricted. I don't like that. So anyway, I am puffing on this Delighted Disposable. It's an indica. Can't fucking remember what the strain is. Sorry. So today's episode was actually inspired by my friend Paxton. I will put their Instagram right here on the screen so that you can follow them, because I'm sure if you like my page, you're probably going to love their page as well, especially if you like supporting Black, queer, bodybuilding, intelligent as fuck, stylish as fuck baddies. Long story short, they brought up the topic of what kind of influencers are you even following on their story. I'm going to take that and kind of run with it for today's episode, because I was like, yeah, I actually have some thoughts on the matter that I've kind of been building up on for like a while, and then I think that Pax just kind of put it in the right words for me. Like, this really is like an issue of what kind of influencers are we platforming, what kind of content are we consuming, because I need to take responsibility for I've gotten a little lazy, but we'll get into all of that. And like, here's the thing too, even if this type of topic wasn't on your radar before, the world is literally on fire, whether it's from war, genocide, whether it's from climate change. The whole fucking world is on fire. Clearly, shit is not working, and like, we need to all reconsider and reevaluate how we're going about our life. And obviously, what I'm going to be saying in today's episode is nothing new. I'm not making this up. I just want to chat about it. So let's take another hit before I get annoying. Something that I've noticed is that a lot of people in the influencer space have shifted their like niche to wellness. And then with that shift, kind of it like bleeds into like spirituality a little bit. And when people do that, whether they mean to or not, it does end up being like appropriation, offensive. What's another word that I'm trying to think of? Like gentrified. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with creating content about those things or involving those things, but the problem is when we're irresponsible with it. The problem is when we are not truly honoring the traditions, the cultures, the practices, the religious spaces that this actually came from, that all of these practices came from. And let me be specific as fuck, because you're probably like, what? I can't tell you how many yogis, sound healers, Reiki healers that I know in real life, or that I like am mutuals with, that make their entire living profiting off of these practices that come from other cultures in other countries. But these people won't speak out about any of the injustices in the world in said countries, or just in other minority groups that are facing injustice. Like, they don't ever speak out about it, but they have no problem utilizing all of their resources, all of that sage, all that Palo Santos in your rituals that you're hosting for all these rich white people, even though all of these cultures and communities are begging you to stop using up their resources, because now, because it's so trendy in the world of social media, they're running out of the resources. And it's like, you don't see these people ever speak up about, let alone injustice in the world with other cultures that they're taking all of their practices from and profiting off of, and making it more Americanized, and essentially just like bulldozing over what it actually truly is. But now on top of that, they won't even speak out about injustice within their own country. Dead fucking silence when it came to the election. Dead fucking silence when it comes to women's rights and laws. Dead fucking silence about the fires. But make sure you keep pushing your content. Make sure you keep selling your product. Make sure you keep talking about what your upcoming schedule is. All these rich white people who don't practice mindfulness or nonviolence in any form or shape of their lifetime can come, pay a little bit of money, lay down, and have you bless them with your sage and shit, and then they think now that they're a changed bitch. Like, girly, if that works for you, keep doing it, but I feel like you're not the one watching this video right now then. I'm really working on this myself, because I noticed, especially like the last portion of the year, I got extremely relaxed with the content that I was taking in. And I honestly, like, I didn't even notice it happening. And then by the time that I did notice it, I was like, what has happened here? What's come over me? Let me explain. I decided this year that I was going to really discover what is my type of like style, my type of fashion, because I'm a comfort lover first and foremost. I'm a sensitivity girly, so if I'm not comfortable, I'm truly gonna freak the fuck out. So this whole year I've been really trying to figure out, like, okay, well, if I want to wear like sweatpants every day, can I dress that up? How can I make that look cute? Or how can I find other comfortable options? So I was really into like fashion TikTok videos, fashion Instagram videos, fashion Pinterest, whatever. And then I found myself being like, oh, so I need to go buy that. Oh, and then I'm also going to need to go buy some of that. overconsumption is such a thing. Not even just like, I caught myself thinking, damn, like it feels like I don't own anything cute for like what I want to achieve, I guess, which I'm not saying don't revamp your closet or your style. It was just like I would buy a couple pieces and then I felt like I saw more things and I was like, oh, maybe I should have got that. Should I go get that too? You know what? There is a time, there is a place to treat yourself, go crazy. But I think we can all kind of understand there's also a line when someone is pushing out the same type of product with slight modifications, like constantly, especially if it's like from the same brand. Y'all put out like 40 different versions of the same white tank top, white bodysuit, but like, you know, we amp it up like every season or some shit. I also noticed that micro trends were a thing before I really got into like the fashion side of social media. Again, not as someone who creates content. I was just trying to like observe, right? I was a silent watcher. Felt like I was peeking into a community that wasn't mine, but that I would like to participate in, but like secretly in the back. And bitch, the amount of micro trends that I noticed, like so many that I would be like, oh wow, it seems like everybody's wearing that. Why have I literally never heard of that before? And then 2 weeks later, totally forgot about it, but there's new bullshit out there. And I'm not, when I say bullshit, look, some of it's cute, but it's just like, the overconsumption, like I just had to really check myself and be like, chill the fuck out. I can't tell you how many ads I saw of the same different version of either pieces of wood or pieces of plastic that I'm just supposed to rub and scrape on my fucking face just so that I don't age, even though we all know we're going to age. When will it end, bitch? Take a hit. And I also kind of want to reiterate while we're talking about like what not to do, like, oh, check yourself, make sure you're not doing that, make sure you're not doing that. Also, make sure that you are following brave people. Like, don't be afraid to kind of change your timeline and who you're following to people that are going to actually educate you, inspire you, keep you on track to be the person that you want to be and that you know you are deep down. Maybe this is like extra as fuck, but you know how like they say the people that you surround yourself with like make up who you are? Genuinely, the content you consume will affect you. So I feel like we need to be a lot more intentional. When I say we, I'm really talking about me, but you know, we're the collective. I just feel like we have a duty to, if we're going to be on social media, then we should use it responsibly. We should be sharing important posts, important information, advice, helpful links, education whenever we can. Like, it doesn't have to be just one thing. We should be utilizing it for as much as we can. Like, don't be that person that's like, it doesn't go with my aesthetic. It's gonna fuck up my feed. Or, oh, but I don't wanna like push away a certain type of audience. Aha, gotcha there, bitch. Because if that is what it is, ask yourself why you care about the approval and the attention and the time and the money of people who you don't morally align with and people who are morally incorrect or corrupt. Ask yourself. Because I remember like years ago when I started like trying to be extremely mindful on social media, there were a lot of things that when I went to post them, I was like, ooh, so-and-so is going to probably have some shit to say about that. Luckily for me, I don't give a fuck and I would say it to their face, so it's fine. And if that's not the case for you, reflect. Because we should always be able to say to somebody's face, hey, that's morally fucked. I don't know. That's just my 2 cents on the matter. And I was really like I said, my friend Pax, their post was just necessary because it got me reflecting, who am I following? What kind of content am I mostly taking in? Or is there any content that I'm not even realizing that I'm taking in that could be harmful or just not productive and helpful in the long run? And I immediately clocked myself with the overconsumption, like fashion content. Okay, let's take a hit. I hope that kind of resonates with some of you guys. With it being a new year, let's just try to go into everything very intentional, being our best selves, trying to keep our minds as pure. I'm just kidding. But like, keep our minds right. Keeping your mind right does not mean keeping it pure, okay? We are raunchy sailors over here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your grandma, and as always, stay high.